Now. Okay. Okay. We got it. Hello, everyone, and Happy New Year. Dan, can you text Annalisa and just let her know, give her the Zoom link?
Yeah.
So, resolutions, right? Who here makes them? Does anybody actually make New Year's resolutions? You do, Meralda? Irene?
Yes.
I do. Doesn't mean I keep them, but I do. I'm being honest. I do every year.
Right. So I feel like I always do them too. I say I'm going to curse less. And then by, I don't know, noon on New Year's Day, if my mother were around me, she would have washed my mouth out with soap 20 times. And, it doesn't really stick for anything. Do you always make New Year's resolutions? And do you stick to them?
Well, I usually make goals. It's like goals and
right.
Not like so much giving up. Like, you like to stop cursing, but is that reality? No, I'm like, but it's more like goals and, what I want to accomplish in my personal and business. It's like stuff like that, So it's interesting because then you look back and you'd be like, oh, I didn't do that. And I'll put that back on the list, or I did all this,
Right. Yeah. Okay. So one of the things that I'm going to share my screen here with you guys. So one of the things that we do, when we take a look at the difference between setting intentions and versus resolutions, is the resolutions are very finite and they happen to be goals, and intentions is something that really can be more of an ongoing thing. I love how people are texting me about this class as I'm giving it. So anyway, I'm gonna turn my phone off. So the whole point of the intention, and actually this wasn't planned, but I'm gonna call someone out here who did a beautiful intention. And it's Irene McCarthy. So when you turned 50 years old, what did you tell everybody what you did? Because I actually did this because of you. So what did you do?
I basically celebrated all year and made special trips with different people and just did different celebrations all year.
Right. And it was on Facebook, so we all got to share in it, which was fantastic. Right? But so it was her year of 50. That is a perfect example of an intention, right? Because you intentionally decided that this was what your theme was going to be, and you carried it out. And the nice part about it is we all got to join you on that journey, right? So it's changing the conversation from the end point, although you did have an end point with that but it was an entire year, for saying, I'm going to, go out to dinner. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. From the year of my 50th year, I wanted 50 new experiences. So whether it was different business opportunities or restaurants or vacation spots, I set a finite number to it. I actually only got to 36. So I didn't hit my goal, but I had a lot of fun getting there. But so in terms of the intention, it's really something more that you want to incorporate into your life on a whole. And it's not the hard and fast resolution that those can be. It's the shift in mindset. So when you look at your life and the area in which you need to improve, it helps very often to have a tool for you to identify the area where you want to work on. And, listen, we all do the, eating better or recognizing that, we may want to have better relationships in our family or what have you. But when you take a look on a whole at that picture and really see, excuse me, where in your life those areas can be, off kilter, it really helps us to narrow in on where you're going to, what you're going to be doing with those. Hold on a second, I'm going to change the screen. So I want to go to this wheel of life exercise. Now, everybody saw, I hope, in the calendar invite on the training calendar, there was a link to this wheel of life exercise, and there's also a link to a personal growth plan. Dan, can you share the wheel of life exercise, or do I have to stop sharing so you can do it? Right.
I'll put it in the chat.
Okay, no, but I want to go through it with everybody, so I need to have it up here. So hold on, let me stop sharing and find that. Actually, I can. Did he put it in the chat? No. Okay, hold on.
I'll put it in the chat for him, Liz. Hang on.
You got it? Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I'll do it.
That Erin, she's so good. So the way that this wheel of life exercise goes, and I printed it out here, where did it go? Is there are questions that you're gonna go through specifically on really fundamental areas of your life. So did you put it in?
It tells me I don't have access to the link in the calendar that you put. Sorry to say.
How can that be? It's your calendar. You're looking at your calendar. How is that
I don't
possible?
have access to the assessment wheel. It doesn't want me to.
All right, hold on. I'll get it. I got it right here. Let me share my screen again. Okay. All right. So the way that this works, and let me ask you this, does everybody have one of these yet? Just by a show of hands. Does anybody need it emailed to them? You do, Irene. Okay.
I would love it emailed as well.
Okay. All right. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can put it in if I can put this in. This works for you guys. I'm going to do it here. What do I do? I'm not so good with the technology, as you can see, because everybody can see because this is being recorded. Stop sharing. Chat. Let's see if we can get it this way. Can we do it that way? Can you open that? Probably not. No, I'm going to do it like this.
Keep talking, Liz. I'll figure it out.
Okay, there we go. I got it. I think that's it. See if you guys can open that. Sorry. Okay, so in terms of this, so what the basic premise of this wheel of life exercise is, think about a wheel, right? When you want a car to go, or a wheelbarrow, let's just say, the wheel needs to turn smoothly for everything to go. And then on the second page of this, as you can see here, there is an actual wheel where you're going to rate yourself. If my wheel were carrying a wheelbarrow, it would go like something like because the areas aren't all out and open. So let me go back to the actual.
This link doesn't work. It says I need access.
I actually got it. I'm putting it in right now, guys.
How do so somebody needs to do a class for me on how to work Google Docs and sharing things.
And it's not worked for me earlier.
Give me 2 seconds and you guys will all
but I think maybe because you have actual access to it. That's why. Okay. All right. So as I was saying to you, so before we get to the actual wheel, we want to go through and we want to answer these questions. Okay. So in terms of your career, on a scale of 1 to 10, I love my work. I feel my talents and skills are used well in the office. I enjoy my work environment, the people that I work with, seeking opportunity and growth. You found your right career path. And ranking yourself on all of these pieces so that they're all here. And fun and recreation, money and finances, physical environment, personal growth, huge in my world. Health and well-being. I was very out of balance personally on this one, not so much with the health and well-being. Mental well-being is better than the physical well-being, but that's also being over 50. I don't know that the wheel can turn that back, right? Relationships with friends and family, and of course your significant other, which is a huge piece of this. So Erin, was this put in the chat? Okay, good. Does everybody have access to it now? Yes? Okay, I'm gonna assume yes, since somebody said no. So did you get access to it? Can you see it? I can't hear you, you're muted, babe. Diana, were you able to get it?
Yep, I got it.
Okay, good. All right. So going through, so if you could all take a moment and and go through this exercise, right? In terms of, starting with career. And even if you did it off of this page for right now, on just a scratch piece of paper, ranking yourself in these numbers of where you feel you are, because it's actually can be very surprising when you go through this. So give me a minute. I'll give you guys a minute. Everybody, start working on this. And then when you're done, give me the high sign. I'm going to do it too. Okay. Irene, the realtor. How's everybody doing? You working through this? Okay.
I'm printing it.
Oh, you are? It makes it easier if it is printed. See, this is this is when the in-person classes are so much better, because the handouts just go. Technology can sometimes be our death. Hey, Rena, how are you, love?
I am good. How are you?
Good. Go into the chat, and there is a link to a wheel assessment for the Wheel of Life. If you could just pull that up, and we're just taking these. Everybody's kind of doing the assessment right now, so that we can get an idea of where they're at.
I'm not seeing the link in the chat.
I just put it in again. It's a PDF. It's not a link. It's a PDF. You see it? Does everybody see it? Yep. You should be able just to click on that, and it should open in another window for you.
I'll go on it in my computer because I'm on my iPad right now. So let me switch.
You can come.
I can also email this out. I can, if we can get a list of who's on, we can email it to everybody too.
Yeah, if everybody wants to throw their email in the chat, we can do that as well. Recording in progress. I love some of these questions. I never thought of my wardrobe being an expression of myself. Like, they're
I used to love my wardrobe, but my wardrobe doesn't love me anymore because I can't fit into it.
So maybe then you go to
so that one is, yeah, that one just shook me.
Well, but the good thing though, Maralda, when you want to try to find the silver lining, is as you lose weight, you get back into clothes that you hadn't worn before. So it's like having a new wardrobe.
True.
Right?
That is true.
So funny. Sometimes when you do these things, there's always the rule. You can't say 7 because that's like, you know, the bupkis answer, you know. My phone is like, I think people are texting me about this class. Okay, so my friends part is always good. I'm pretty lucky. So, how are we doing? Where is everybody up to? Family, significant others, have you reached that section yet?
I'm on 6.
6, which is okay, well-being. All right, I've done this, so I'm you know, plowing through it. And if possible, if you guys could turn your cameras on. Not everybody is camera ready, and you know, if you're at work, it's one thing, but it's just nice to be able to see your faces. There you go. Hello, Miss Melissa. Hi, Diana, you're gorgeous. Diana, you need, oh, Monique, how are you, honey? Diana, you need to be getting some free pocketbooks from that chick, okay? Because I have given her more people, and so. Hello, Annalisa. How are you? Maggie, that was a heavy sigh. You okay, love?
I'm fine, thank you.
How was your New Year?
Good, good.
Good. Okay, how are we doing? Where are we at? Why is Dan talking to somebody and not putting them in this class? What is he thinking? Okay.
I'm just going through mine because I just received it. So.
Okay. And we can come back to, like, we'll give it another minute because this is going to be pretty boring for people to watch if they're, you know, once they see the recording, because, you know, it's going to go viral, right? So we can take a look at this from there. Where are we at? Is anybody at 8 yet? Show of hands. Okay. Okay. How we doing? Just let me know when you're ready for me to go on and we can move to the next side. I'll be right back. Hey, Dan, turn your camera off there.
So we're just doing the first page, correct?
Yeah, just the first page for
Okay.
now. So then, if once you've totaled it all up,
Oh, with the total, okay.
just because you need to know when we're doing the wheel where you're, you know, how you fall in there.
Oh, okay.
And if you're like me and you're challenged, you can use your calculator. Just makes it easier because I always second guess myself unless they're all the same number. out mine. Everybody else? Well, let me know when you're ready. I love it, Diana. The calculator. So I know that probably many of you didn't print this and that it's on the actual computer. So I need for you to do a little visualization here, but I'm going to color mine in so that you can see how, mine looks, right? So I'm going to start on the back. So if you go to the second page and you do your percentages, right?
40. Okay.
So the first one is career.
40.
And for me. And then money is the second one. That's my weak one.
Okay.
I didn't say for retirement. Foolish girl that I was. Fun and recreation. And you just take a look in terms, you can actually, even if you want to do it from a graph perspective off of the computer so that you can see how it goes, just making lines on your own there. Physical environment. Okay. So I don't know. I didn't really tie this in super well, but I don't know if you can see this. Can you guys all see that? I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second. Okay, so this is my wheel. All right. So when you look at this, these are my areas where I have issues. The rest of it actually kind of works pretty well on this side and this side. So my areas where I need to work is money for retirement, and I really need to work on my health. But I got the fun down really, really good, which is always a good thing, right? And the friends and family and the personal relationships and the development are all, thank God, in good shape. So when you go through this exercise, which you can finish it, later on your own, but the areas on the wheel that are you're most wanting and willing to make a difference, because look, the other thing is this: you can have a situation in one of these categories where it may not be where your expectations are, but you don't have the time or the emotional or financial or physical wherewithal to deal with everything. And you can't fix every problem that you have in one fell swoop. What do they say? How do you eat an elephant one bite at a time, right? So what is one thing from an intention perspective for this exercise that you would like to make a change in? Identify that and figure out what's missing in that area or not working. And then where do you want to get to from this? So I'm doing this in a two-part segment because this is the wheel of life, giving you a very clear picture as to what you need to identify. And sometimes these can be surprising. Did anybody get a chance to like do a bar graph or something similar to this now? And were there any surprises? Is there any area that you didn't think that would have been stronger or weaker? Any difference at all? No? Irene, everything's a 10?
No, I'm in the same boat as you, like retirement, like of course the end of the year, you're like, oh, I should have saved this. I should do this. I have to get ready for retirement, do better.
Right, exactly.
That's always on my list.
Right.
Career, I could do better. Time management, put more into it,
Right.
And then health too, like just, exercise and, yeah. So that's my 3 things.
I think one of the things, and the only gentleman we have on the call here is Sir Shia, but like as women, I tend to think that we put ourselves last a lot, right? It's just the way it goes because we're taking care of, you know, our families and our friends and our careers, and we tend to neglect ourselves. And we're all guilty of it. And the thing that is always so surprising to me with that is that if you're not taking care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else. You can't take care of the kids. You can't take care of your parents and your spouse or your significant other or your friends and your career and your clients and what have you. And that self-care is something that is so important. And we really need to make sure that we're looking at that. So the second part of this class and what I wanted to bring in, which was actually, I'm going to give her credit. I call her Oz. Rita Gildersleeve is a personal development plan. So Erin, can you throw, I guess, a PDF of that, or do I have to make a permission on the link for that for everybody?
I can just put a link to her growth plan in the chat.
But it's not the one. This is a different one. This isn't
the one you. It's the new one.
The new one, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I got it.
Okay, so I'm going to share my personal growth plan, what I'm doing this year, and this is a really comprehensive look at the entire year and breaking it down to a lot of these areas that we talked about today. So let me get mine while Erin is doing that. And I just want to give you an example of what I did for myself with this and explain to you how this this goes. Okay. Share my screen.
It's not letting me add it to the.
It's not letting me see.
It's giving me an error. I don't know why.
Render file. All right. If everybody can see this. So Erin is going to get this all to you guys. But in the meantime, I'm just going to go through mine. Okay. So these are the categories: class or event, business or personal development book, professional development goal, a personal goal, and then a vacation or a personal event. And then on here too, some other goals: business goals for the year, personal goals for the year.
Hello.
And then classes to add as offered. So these are the things that you're going to build out from here. Okay, so I'm just going to take you through these. For me, I have to make sure, because you guys technically are my clients, right? You guys have your clients that you have to service from a real estate transaction perspective. I have to make sure that you guys have what you need. So these classes or events are things that either I'm going to participate in or things that I'm going to do in the Market Center. So actually this one is for me, for the development. Market Center Financials is a class that KWRI offers. Coaching Skills Camp and Family Reunion I'm going to, which I don't know if you guys have signed up for Family Reunion yet, whether it's going to be in Orlando and you're going to come down, or you can do it on online virtually, but it's an amazing event and there's such fabulous speakers, and Gary Keller's vision speech is always amazing. So I really encourage you, if you have not done a family reunion, to participate in some level. And Dan can get you all the information on that. Leverage series for the ALC is what we're doing in March. The Agent Leadership Council is, Irene is on our Agent Leadership Council. We've got Esmeralda's doing our education committee. So, we have a lot of amazing people, and we're going to be promoting a lot of that this year as well. There's spring masterminds and fall masterminds in September. The ALC reboot, we do a whole thing where it's a complete mindset, great stuff. I need to personally, I want to start doing meditation within the office, and we're going to start that up. August, we have Mega Camp. It's another huge thing from Keller Williams. And then I mentioned this Bold and our ALC clinic and retreat. And then we do our leadership retreat in December. These are the books that I'm going to be reading this year. I might change these up a little bit, but for right now, these are the things that I wanted to make sure that I got. And the reason why you want to make sure that you go through and you denote these things is because you want to make sure that it is somewhere. I remember somebody once said to me, a goal not written is a wish, right? So I've got it here and I can edit this and I can add things in and out. My professional development goals that I want to go through here. I want to start doing a blog on gratitude, teaching more in the market center, and networking is one of my fortes that, you know, we should always go. And I personally think give back on the things that we're really good at. And I've been incredibly blessed to form a very, very strong network. If it wasn't for my involvement in the Rockland Business Women's Network in, I'm going to show my age, 1997, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to all of you today. It was that organization and the networking that I did with them that propelled me through my career. So going through, I don't have to go through each one of these things with you, but basically identifying the things that you want to do. And I got to fill in for April, August, and July. I might not do anything in August because I'm probably going to be away a lot, but okay, let's go to the fun stuff, the vacations, right? I'm going to Ice Bar at the Sagamore, my favorite place, in January. Dinner with my cousins, traveling, holidays, all of these different things, so that you're making sure, especially when you go through your wheel and you see the areas that you may be lacking and what you're doing, that you need to make sure that you're fulfilling that in this growth plan, because one will feed the other. And then my business goals for the year. So there's a status or a benchmark that Keller Williams has. It's called being a black belt team leader. And part of what that is recruiting of new agents in, and another part of it is retention and productivity and profitability within your market center. And my goal this year is to become a black belt TL. So, you know, that's what I'm striving for. And then, you know, so there are some other things here as well, but from the personal stuff, we started an outdoor kitchen last year, and I have a joke that I call my husband Henry Half-Ass because he never finishes a project. So that is getting done this year, and I want to do the basement, and we're going to go on 2 vacations. And then this is kind of a big one for me. I have a family property that my grandfather left us, and he died in 1976, and it's still in his name. This is a problem. So it's a whole family mishigas. But anyway, I want to get this into an LLC this year for my family. So it's here. And if I don't do it, when I look at this thing in, you know, December or November, and if I hadn't opened it, I wouldn't do it. But because it's in front of me and I'm editing this constantly, I was supposed to go to Orlando week after next for a family vacation. We canceled it and rescheduled it. So I pulled it off my January and I put it into May. Where is it? Right here. May 21st. Going to Orlando. So this is what mine looks like. Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing this now. So my suggestion to all of you is to take this stuff and apply it in a way that so that these documents can support you. Okay, I'm done talking. Does anybody have any questions, any observations, any ahas that they want to share at all? Meryl? Did you say something, Meryl? You raised your hand. No, you didn't.
I just went like
playing with your hair. Okay, your hair looks great.
Thank you for the motivation.
Oh, thanks, Irene and I have known each other how long?
I know. I was trying to figure that out.
I think it was, we lived together. God, actually, I shouldn't say that. I stayed with her for 2 months and probably drove her insane when we were younger. It was 89, 90. You're muted, honey. So it's a long time.
I said,
Karen,
how old were you?
what was that?
I said, how old are you? Young.
Was I 21? I think I was 20 or 21 years old. So wow. So it was like 2 weeks ago. So Karen, you've done a lot of this stuff. What are your thoughts on this, love?
Hang on.
We see you. Did she go
No,
away?
am I muted? I can't.
No, we can hear you. We can hear you.
You can. Oh, you can hear me. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on my phone, so like I don't know where the buttons are.
Okay.
So the growth. Listen, if it's not written down, it's not happening. So you really have to be thoughtful and creative, and really search within yourself to see where you are, because things change, life changes. Hang on, I'm getting a call, of course, on my phone.
It's not for me.
So things change. So, you know, what's good for you and going to inspire you this year may be different next year. If when you have a plan and you have it written down, you know, and you have a history of what your plan was, not only is it great to look back and see what you've accomplished, but you grow and develop, and you can just track your growth. Right. It's something you need to do. It's something everyone needs to do.
Does everybody remember, it was probably in the early 2000s, that book, The Secret, came out about the law of attraction. And I remember I loved that stuff at that time. And I had written out a list of intentions, right? Because this is the power of intention, manifesting things for yourself, bringing them into life. And I wrote it down and it got tucked away. And during the first part of the pandemic, where we were all, you know, in lockdown and, you know, nobody could leave their house. And it was, you know, the great basement purge of the world. Everybody threw all their crap out that they didn't need. I found that list of things, and probably 80% of them came to fruition. And wow. You know, it's like, it's amazing. Like, you said, to go back and look at that, you know.
Yeah. See what you've accomplished.
Lisa, you've done some amazing stuff in your real estate career and within your salon as well, because Annalisa is also a spectacular hairdresser and a salon up in North Rockland.
Don't look at me right now, my grays.
Well, your sister has to do that for you. It's hard to color.
Yeah.
But you know, in terms, and you've done a lot of development work like this as well. So how has this stuff impacted you?
Well, I will say that over the years, it's, you know, obviously doing both businesses, it's a blessing that I can. They're hand in hand. I've gotten a lot of business from both. And because of COVID, it changed a lot. So I had to kind of redefine myself and find different avenues of getting business because the salon was closed. And thankfully, I had real estate as a backup. I've learned a lot being able to come into the office more, which was something that I never really did, even without going into the office, but pouring myself into the calls, the meetings, the gatherings, the get-togethers, the becoming a group, like forming the group with the women, you know, with Sharon and Julissa and Margaret and you, Liz, and, you know, and also too, like, I mean, Erin used to be my go-to girl when she was here in New City. And then of course I met Karen too. And everybody's just been, you know, such a great part of our business, like everybody together. And I always say that it's not just yourself. You have such a wonderful group of people in our office, and that's helped my growth a lot this year and last year.
Right. So thank you. I want to just pick up on something you said, and this is something that I encourage all of you to do. So a lot of the members of our Agent Leadership Council last year, I was coaching with individually, and we got to a place where they're still in conversation with me, but to enhance that, we put them together and they formed a mastermind group. And it's working what do you guys meet? Twice a month, right?
We were meeting every Tuesday.
Right.
And
so you have to pick it up.
Like an hour and a half, depends. Sometimes it's a bitch fest, but sometimes it's always productive. But just trying to get out the business aspect of what we learn from each other. And Julissa is amazing with the creativity. She's taught us Canva, which I don't know if anybody uses it, but if you don't do it, it's amazing. I'm still kind of working through that and playing around, but I want to build my business brand. So we've been working on that as well. And just trying to get my face out there even more.
Right. So the thing is, there's power and strength in numbers when you all get together.
It's amazing.
So within your circle, if this is something that you would like to do, please reach out to me, or Meralda can help you with this, as a matter of fact, too, to help give you a structure and a framework for, invigorating your community.
It's an accountability. Every week we get together, and if we don't meet in the office, we'll do a Zoom, or we'll send each other the information, which is great.
Okay. Yeah, I love it. It's wonderful. All right. So I have pretty much covered everything that I needed to within these two plans. Goodbye, Meralda. Have fun on your call, honey. Does anybody have anything specific that they question or something that they would like clarification on at all? No, I'm just the best teacher in the world. All right.
Well, the one thing that I would say is, when I was in the training calendar, I didn't have access to these documents. Dan had put them on there, but I think that I might have been able to get them because I had access to them. So we're going to work that bug out. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, honey. And I'll make sure that I send everybody. Dan, can you do me a favor right now? Scribble down a list of everybody who is here so that this way I can email direct documents to, just in case you didn't get them. Okay. So I really appreciate all of you coming. I wish every one of you an amazing 2022. If there is something that you see a need for within your individual businesses that you want the Market Center to provide to you and to your fellow agents, I beg you, please reach out to me, reach out to Meralda, talk to Karen, talk to Erin, Dan. We are here for you, and our intention, right? We're talking about intentions today, is for you guys to have a killer year. And we want to support you in that, in every way that we can. Karen, you have anything to add to that, love?
She just did.
No, and we are, I had to make sure I wasn't muted again because like I said, I'm on the phone. But we're here for you. We want to see everyone succeed. My goal, or my greatest joy, is to watch you guys develop and grow and become the best personal and professional person you can be. That nothing makes me happier. So from the bottom of my heart, and all of ours, like I say, the same for Liz, we're here for you. Life, everybody has a life beyond this, and you guys know, like, I have a lot of stuff going on, but I always have time for you. I always make time.
You sure do.
I'm here for you all. I answer whenever I can. If I can't answer right that second, I'm answering,
You'll get it sooner or later, right? Absolutely.
I get to everyone. I do.
You are. You're incredible. You are. You guys all are.
Okay. Listen, I thank you so much. Everybody have a great day. I'm going to get the all of this to the documents on this to all of you, and we will go from there. Oh, I just realized I can just copy this whole list of participants. Look at that. Technology is a beautiful thing. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Take care.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.